How does it feel to have your family right down the street as you start this new season?
Man, it's awesome. I live literally 3 minutes away from them. So, any off time I get to go and get a home cooked meal, swim in the backyard. So it's amazing having their support, and they've always been so supportive, and having them right there means a lot to me.
And you have about a year under your belt here?
Yeah, about 2 years,
Okay,
redshirt sophomore. So, yeah, got 2 years. Excited for this year. Can't wait for this season, man. It's gonna be a very fun season.
And what did you learn the last couple seasons then?
Man, I learned a lot. I got to back up some good quarterbacks and Mikey Keene, and I learned a lot from him. So, just recognizing coverages, obviously getting that experience in that bowl game. I feel ready now, I feel excited. I know I'm ready to play at this level and do my best.
And what do you work on, if anything, in the off season?
Well, I worked on my body a lot. I dropped, 15 pounds, which was big for me. I leaned up a little bit, and I felt like I definitely got quicker to help in the run game a little bit. So that's what I was working on the most was, eating right, getting that body right for season.
So, new offensive coordinator, what can the Red Wave expect from the offense out there on the field this fall?
Man, we're going to be explosive, not only just in the pass game, but in the run game too. What I really love about our offense and our position groups is we have so much depth in each position, and not one guy is just coming to mind. It's the whole position group, and I think we're going to be extremely balanced. And the run game's going to open up the pass game will open up the run, and I think everything just meshes very well.
Okay, so lost a lot of skilled players on the offensive side of the ball, but who are some newcomers that the fans should be excited to see?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, Josiah Freeman's coming back. That kid is a stud. You will definitely see him on the field making some great plays. We got some running backs, some new running backs. Rayshon Luke comes to mind, who's a great, speedy, elusive back. Obviously, we have Donaldson still, who's a baller. And then just like the O-line, we even have a freshman, Braden Walton, Buchanan native, and he's stepping up and playing very well.
Does this quarterback battle feel different than the past years?
Every quarterback battle really feels the same. I will say about this quarterback battle is that we all mesh very well off the field, and I think we all help each other get better because it's very competitive, but at the same time we're helping each other out. It's no bad blood. We just want our team to win at the end of the day, and so I love those boys, and I know they love me, and we're gonna have a great season.
What would you say is unique about your skill set as a quarterback?
Yeah, I think I'm an improviser as well. I know I can get the ball out to my playmakers, but when things go wrong, I like to extend the play and maybe run, or if that's get out of the pocket to throw the ball, and I think that's what I strive at.
Knowing that you may have a bigger role going into this season compared to the past few years, how different is your mentality, and what do you change about your preparation?
I don't think my mentality's changed. I know last year my mentality was, next play, because you never know when you're going to get that opportunity. When I was 2 last year, so my mentality is not changing. Just being more confident. I've gotten that experience now, and now I know I'm ready.
And what are you most excited about this season?
First of all, I'm excited for week 0, Kansas. That's going to be a good one. New stadium. Excited to give them their first loss in the new stadium, so that'll be fun.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Josiah, first few days into fall camp, tell me how you're feeling.
I feel great, been exciting. Been waiting for fall camp since summer started, really, whole new team, whole new offense, new coaches, but, it's been really exciting. I feel good. Every position is looking good right now. Defense is definitely competing. Offense, we're competing on both sides, really. We're just getting each other better every day, so really exciting what this next few weeks have in store for us.
The corners say they feel like they're one of the strongest groups on
Yeah.
this team right now. How does that test you every day at practice?
It definitely tests us every day, because, we always have those locker room talks, and just even out here, they're battling every day. They got a few experienced corners that been here for a while, know the game, so they're pretty good. So I wouldn't doubt too much on that, but, we definitely like to compete with them on the receiver side too.
Another year, another quarterback battle.
Yeah.
How comfortable are you feeling with the three guys that are really competing right now?
I feel real comfortable, if you just do what they ask of you to do, be in the right spot, run the right route, then they're going to get you the ball there regardless. So, I feel real comfortable. I always go back and talk to them after each play. If it's a bad play, bad route, then our good play, which is even what we could have done better still. But, I feel real comfortable with all three of them, really just getting to know them, even just off the field personally and, on the field, just build a connection.
As one of the veteran guys, one of the veteran receivers on this team, how are you able to kind of speak up and tell the quarterbacks, like, when you need things a certain way?
That basically from what that is, like just having some experience and being, one of the veterans in the receiver room, knowing the offense, knowing coverages, knowing defenders like demeanors and linemen, I think we could do this. I think we could take a shot here. I think and if you just execute and make plays, then the quarterbacks will trust you, and that's all it is, really trust.
Who are some newcomers in your room that the fan base would be excited to see?
Definitely, Jayden, Jalil, other Josiah. We got a few playmakers that are, they're ready to step in and take on a role, early, even though they just got here, they're ready to. I think they'll be ready to play.
What's the identity of the offense under Coach Davis?
Coach Davis is definitely a character, but he's a good coach. Like his meetings are always funny, but they're real serious. He knows what he's talking about, and he just wants to get the ball in the playmakers' hands. He got some good schemes for us, and he's just ready to play, and we're ready to play for him.
What did you work on in the off season, and what are your goals for the upcoming season?
I worked on a whole lot. Definitely just knowing concepts and knowing the playbook and knowing coverages and defenses especially, and just studying my opponent, even starting now in practices and just watching film, studying, AZ, Jakari, just getting a feel for that, so when it's time to play other receivers, I can do the same thing.
And how is the offensive chemistry right now?
It's real good. We're getting the run game going. It's just going to open up for the pass game. All the O-line are on the same page, receivers are on the same page, quarterback, we can always be better. That just comes with practice every day. We got a couple weeks ahead of us still, so I think we'll be good.
And what are you most excited about this season?
Just taking on that role as being one of the playmakers and being one of the guys that the quarterbacks could trust on, those 50-50 balls. And, my teammates, all of my teammates trust me to go out there and make a play, shift the momentum of the game if we need to, make a big play, score a touchdown. That's what I'm really excited for, and just playing in front of a red wave again, because unfortunately my season ended early last year, so I'm really just excited to get back out there and play in front of the red wave.
Having a new head coach and a lot of new additions, does it feel kind of different going into the season, or are you kind of same?
Yeah, I'd say it feels a little different, but Coach NC brings in a good, he's been part of winning programs before, he's brought up winning programs, so it feels different, but it feels good too, because, we all trust him, he has meetings to bring in seniors in and keep some of the tradition that Fresno State has brought up over the years, and that's what I really like about Coach Hans, because he's want to keep the same tradition, but obviously, him being the head coach, he's going to switch stuff here and there, but he really emphasizes on keeping the same tradition, Bulldog football, anytime, any place, anywhere.
Thank you. I have a few highlights, some of the interviews, and even more. Just how does it feel to get out this camp on such a strong start?
It feels good. This is what I work for, so I'm not going to say I'm not too surprised, but this is what my teammates expect of me, my coaches expect of me, so I just want to go out there every day, make plays and be one of the guys that my teammates could count on to, shift the momentum of practice or the game and just make plays.
Coach Hardaway was just telling me, he said you look a little more confident this fall.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way, or how would you explain?
Oh yeah, I most definitely feel more confident. Coach Hardy definitely, he instilled part of that confidence in me, because he always told me, you got to be a guy this year, you're one of the veterans in the group, the coaches, we're going to rely on you to be one of the playmakers in the game and practice. So I really taken on that role, and just focusing on my mental and knowing that I can do it. I've been here, I'm a little more experienced, I'm a little older, so just get the job done. I know my capabilities, so I got to make sure my teammates can trust me.